Hi, this is Lori Hines with the Taste of Israel. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I want to share with you one of my favorite recipes that I have my own spin on, but it was based in Israel. It's where I first ate it. And I'll share a little story about this particular food that I'm about to make. I'll give you a hint. Some say that world peace, or actually peace in the Middle East, is going to come through this dish. You know what it is? Hummus. Some people say, I don't know, we'll see, but I want you to know that there's a lot of bad hummus out there and there's a lot of good hummus out there. This is not one of the bad recipes. This recipe that I'm about to share with you is my favorite version of hummus. And of course, when you go to Israel and you sit down and you eat hummus, whether it's hummus in an Arab restaurant or an Israeli restaurant, they all say the same thing, that this is the best hummus you're ever going to eat in your life. And they say it with great drama, as if there's no even arguing over it. They're convinced theirs is the best. So I don't know if mine's the best in the world, but it's my favorite version of hummus, so I want to share with you how I make mine. So here we go. In my food processor, I have a can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans, and I'll share with you this. I have another can here. I'm adding two cans, and save some of the liquid because it's going to help you blend. You might not want all of that liquid. I want to save some of this liquid. And save some of the liquid from the can because it's going to help process the garbanzo beans or the chickpeas whenever you begin to blend them and make them smooth. So here we go, 2 cans. Easy schmeezy. You can also use dried garbanzo beans and soak them overnight and do that. Here we go. So yeah, they're getting smooth. Okay, that's the first thing you want to do is process your chickpeas. Then you're going to want to add some garlic. I'm using just fresh minced garlic. I've got a lot of garbanzo beans, so I'm going to put probably 3 teaspoons of garlic. You put however much you like. I like a lot of garlic. You can also roast some fresh garlic and put that. That's really delicious. And I also have 2 secret ingredients to my hummus. One of them is this spice right here. Reminds me of Israel. It's cumin. And so I put a lot of cumin in mine. I'm going to start off with 3 teaspoons. Now I'm going to share the recipe with you that has, measurements, but I cook until it tastes good. So this is what I'll start with, and I'll adjust as needed. And then you're going to want to add some tahini. So tahini looks like peanut butter, doesn't it? It's sesame seed paste. And that is very important. This is one of the main ingredients in hummus, as they say in Israel. They don't say hummus. That's only in the States, I think. But in Israel, they say hummus. And they say hummus like this. Oh my goodness, they're so much fun. Those people in Israel, they are passionate about their hummus or hummus. Anyway, I'm stirring this up because it has oil in it, so you want to reconstitute the paste or mix it up, get it all mixed again. It's thick, like a runny, almost like a runny peanut butter. Anyway, you're going to add, because I'm using so much garbanzo beans, I'm going to add probably this whole can. You don't have to make as much as I'm making, but I snack on this all week long, and I'm traveling this week, so I'm going to pack it in my travel bags to take with me for snacks. It's healthy, it's easy to eat, and you can eat it for any meal or snack. And I'll show you some versions of how I've seen it served in Israel. And actually, it's also served, it's like a main dish in breakfast. It's very common for breakfast, although you can eat it any time of the day in Israel. I think I'm just going to pour most of this in there. Be easier. Okay. I'm eyeballing it. Now, cumin, a while ago, was the first secret ingredient to my version of hummus. My second secret ingredient, the secret to a good hummus, is lemon juice. This is the juice of 4 lemons. I'm going to just start with a little bit, and then I'm going to process this. Now I'm going to add salt and I don't know, I'm going to eyeball it. Garbanzo beans, kind of like when you make potatoes, you have to add a lot of salt because it's a really starchy food. So are, even though garbanzo beans are high protein, they are kind of starchy, so they absorb a lot. So you need a little bit of salt, quite more than you think probably. I'm going to process that just a little bit. I'm going to hit it once or twice. Okay. Now, what we've done so far is we've kind of made the base of flavor. Now, the next and the last step to making this version of hummus is to add the olive oil that is going to emulsify it and smooth it out a little bit and make it more creamy. And so I'm going to drizzle in. This step is kind of important. You don't want to pour. You want to drizzle because you're emulsifying. If you pour too hard, too fast, it's going to clump together and it's not going to have that smooth texture that hummus is famous for. So here we go. Let me put the lid back on. And I'm going to blend until it's done. Oops. All right, here we go. Okay, let's see. It looks so good. Now it's time to taste. Let's see what we have here. Now, you know it's done when it has a bright lemony flavor and you can taste that earthy flavor of the cumin. That's the flavor point that I'm going for. So good. I definitely taste the tahini, the sesame. I taste the cumin, but I want it a little stronger, so I'm going to add more cumin. Again, I am adding a lot because I've used a lot of garbanzo beans. I used 2 of the jumbo cans, so that's a lot of garbanzo beans. And I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of this lemon juice because I did taste the lemon, but it wasn't just bright as I really want it to be. Okay, now let's taste. Wait, I think I'm going to blend it once more. Okay, now I'm going to taste again. And you want to, the texture you're looking for, going back to the olive oil, is when it's smooth as you want it to be, to whatever your preference is. It's looking pretty smooth to me. Lemon, yes, it's bright, like the sun on the beach in Tel Aviv. This is so good. This is it. I think I've nailed it. And so I think I'm good on the olive oil because it's the creamy texture that I like, and I think it's done. So now I'm going to show you how they plate. I've seen it plated and served in Israel. Many ways, and some are just simple, some are more fancy. So let's see, we have one here. All right, so they're gonna take it and they put it in the plate, in the center of the plate, and I've already dribbled some there, if that's okay. Some hummus in Israel is thicker, like it's not as runny or liquidy. Some is. It's really each chef's preference. And then they'll take the bowl and the spoon and they'll spin it and they'll create like a little indentation in the middle. And then that's one. I'm going to plate up several versions for you to show you. And if you want your hummus thicker, where it's got more structure, or if it's not as liquidy as I like mine, you just keep adding a little more olive oil. That'll thicken it up too if you want to. Okay. I'm going to do 3 different versions for you. I don't know. I hope I make my Israeli friends proud with my version. Last time I was there, I told my friend we were going to have a hummus showdown when I came back. We'll see. Okay. So, we have 3 dishes of hummus here. Now, one of the most common ways is they garnish it, and I'll show you this when I finish, with some chickpeas in the middle. And a little sprinkle or drizzle of olive oil around. And you can use your thumb to control how much comes out, like I was showing you in a previous video. And then they want to take they take paprika and sprinkle some paprika. It's bright and colorful, like Israeli personalities. Okay, here's one. I don't know if you can see this, but I will add a picture of this finished product because it's really pretty, actually. Okay, the next one is I've seen it served with cooked ground beef, ground lamb, both of those, just right in the very center of the hummus. And this could be a dinner entree. I mean, you're talking about the protein that you need, the beans, and the meat. And I've seen them add cucumbers to this dish as well. So then I'm also going to sprinkle some paprika on this. They use paprika a lot in the Middle East. And some cucumbers. I think one of my favorite versions of hummus is with ground lamb in it. It's very flavorful, hearty, very filling and comforting. And so I'm kind of just doing a little version of how I've seen it. There's no right or wrong way. I think it's whatever you want. You can put whatever topping you want on your hummus. So this will complete that one. And again, I'll take a better shot, but you can see how I've just put the ground beef in the middle and surrounded the edges with cucumbers. And then the final one is just some of the Israeli salad that I made recently, garnished in the very center of a plate or a bowl of hummus. Okay, and a little bit of parsley. And that is the next. You can see. Now, people eat hummus with a lot of different things. They scoop it with pita. Fresh homemade pita is to die for in Israel. And they also use vegetables, raw vegetables cut up to dip. Bell peppers are very common. We have little peppers here we use to scoop. Celery, just different, whatever vegetable you like, whole celery stalks. Just dip and use that. It's nice and fresh and crunchy. And so this is my version of hummus, and I call it Yummus Hummus because it is so yummy. I hope that you make it. It's super easy, and you can make a big batch and snack on it for days. It's good for kids. It's good for your lunch. I'm sure you've eaten hummus, but this is the reason I want to share this recipe with you is because I've heard people say hummus, it tastes like wallpaper paste. I said, you've got some bad hummus on your hands, and I'm so sorry because hummus is so good. Lemon is the secret to brightening it up, making it so flavorful, and the cumin gives it the depth. It's very earthy. It's very comforting. So Try this and let me know how it goes. And then don't forget, you're always welcome to join us on an edible Bible tour, a food and wine tour of Israel. Our next trip is going to be in November of 2018. If you're watching this before then, if you're watching this afterwards, well, I'm sure we'll have more in the future. Feel free to email me directly if you have any questions or comments about Israel or Israeli food at atasteofisrael@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, and Facebook, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share with your friends. Thanks for joining me, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.